with something like temperatures, with the globe getting warmer, with temperatures just about everywhere else getting warmer. It's logical to expect that we'd have more warm extremes and less cold extremes. We see that happening in the historical record. We see climate models predicting that to happen. So that's it's hard to imagine that not happening, and there's no evidence that the trend we've observed would reverse itself. You get into less certainty when you talk about things that, involve a sequence of events. So, for example, we know that intense rainfall events are increasing in many parts of the world, including most of the United States. But it's not clear, for example, in Texas, whether monthly total rainfall is increasing or decreasing. Historically, it's increased slightly. Computer models tend to predict a slight decrease, so that aspect of rainfall is not as clear. When you get to even smaller scale events, and particularly extreme events like tornadoes, the best we can do with climate models is tell what the large scale conditions are that may be more or less favorable to tornadoes, but we can't even tell too well on a particular day how much tornado activity they're going to be when we know the environment already. And with tornadoes, the climate record is poor because we don't have standard measurements of tornado strength going back. So we can't tell what the trend is, we can't use models to predict what the trend is, and we don't know from physical principles what we should expect the trend to be. With something like temperature extremes, science is pretty well established. There's strong weight of evidence, multiple lines of evidence. With something like tornadoes, there are a few studies that presented evidence that climate change may cause a trend, but in terms of all the ducks lining up in a row, we only have a couple of ducks right now, and it's not clear whether they're even pointing in the right direction.